All right, gentlemen, we're back with another TBL podcast. I'm here with Jay and I'm here with JR, our two resident playoff teams over in the Ice Conference. Welcome again,
Yep.
boys. Thanks for hopping on and chatting up the TBL
Hello.
tonight. All right.
I mean, Oahu's in there every year as well, so congratulations to you.
I've had a good run, but actually wasn't there last year, so this is
Oh, you weren't?
a step back in
Yeah,
for
well.
me. I think I've missed two of the last three before this, so I'm kind of like you in the early 2000s right now. I'm every other year.
Wow. That's good for that conference. That conference, we have a good balance actually in the whole league now. So excited for this podcast just to talk about everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the revival of the ice or the fire. I mean,
Hold on, I think my screen's a little fucked up. I'm gonna fix this real quick. I think it's fine. Looks a little wide. I don't know if anybody's listening and the screen looks fucked up. Just say something in general chat and I'll make some adjustments. But
fix it in the third.
yeah. But another season. I guess I'll point out. I always like to kind of look at turnover in the playoffs, and there hasn't been much on the Ice Conference side. We've got 6 of the same 7 teams from last year, with the exception of Las Vegas sneaking in to replace New Orleans. Over on the Fire Conference side, we've got 3 new teams in this year. We've got Phoenix after a long hiatus, Milwaukee after a long hiatus, and then, as I just mentioned, I snuck back in. So a little more turnover there. But yeah, a lot of the same usual suspects. And this is interesting. We haven't done a lot of podcasts at the end of the season. This might be the first, actually. We're usually looking at these guys without any stats, but now we can kind of talk more about what happened as opposed to what we think will happen, which will be a new spin.
Yeah. People can get less angry at me or whoever because now the numbers are there.
Exactly.
And I didn't injure your pitcher. But whatever.
Where do you guys want to start tonight?
Let's go to Denver.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. We got to start with the almost record-breaking team. It's pretty amazing to think about how hard it is to meet that Las Vegas club that won 117 games because it looked inevitable for a while. And candidly, I mean, you only fell 8 games short even after finishing 500 over the last, 60 games of the season, which is insane. But yeah, Jay, tell us a little bit about your team this year.
Yeah, it was a bizarrely good start. As I said, I was not really necessarily expecting that much out of this particular edition of the Denver Dynamite, but they just kind of got on a roll in the first half. And I think at one point, I think they were 81-24. And then the wheels sort of fell off. They dropped dropped 9 of 12, and then that kind of ended the push for the record of 117. So, but as I said, I was happy to get that rando in middle relief, Matt Sullivan, 25 wins somehow. I think it's still a fine team. It's not the best Denver team. It's not as strong from top to bottom as some other ones, but a lot of the greatest hits are still around, still lingering for this season.
Yeah, for sure. I made a joke at the deadline that you tampered with what was a historically good team. You made a shitload of trades. You always do. But I was like, man, when do you stop tweaking? When you're 81-24? It seems like.
Yeah, well, I don't like the bullpen had the best stats in the Ice Conference, and I was like, I don't trust these guys. I mean, it's just a bunch of sort of mediocre dudes who happen to be putting up good seasons. So I wanted to shore that up. I really didn't make any moves on the position side other than future Hall of Famer Travis Williams, who set basically made everybody go insane with that trade for whatever reason. But he was fine. He wasn't anything special for the rest of the year. But I needed a catcher, and he was a catcher. So.
Yeah, I mean, it was good. It wasn't terrible in hindsight. It
That was
definitely
a bad trade. That was fair.
Yeah, I mean, I would have liked to see more. I don't feel like any of the prospects Montreal got in that deal were anybody that's going to make an impact. maybe even a second round pick, and I change my opinion. I don't know. I feel like a third, and you're starting to fade a little bit in terms of value.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we went down harder on Josh than we needed to, I think. But that being said, the chat has been super lively ever since that trade. So we kind of actually have to
It has
appreciate
been.
Josh
It's really
for.
been a pretty active year this year. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited to see it because it sucks when general
Yeah.
chat's an echo chamber of the commissioner. So very happy to see the activity. And Travis Williams was an all-star this year, so it wasn't crazy to think that he had some value. And you have two really nice catchers. You have
No.
a pretty good lineup. To me, too, the thing about Travis Williams, he's an Iron Man, which with the injuries in this league, that is a valuable thing to have at any position.
Yeah, the last thing you want is a guy going out in the first game of a playoff series, and then you don't have a catcher for three games or something. So that does help that he's going to stick around.
For sure.
Yeah, he didn't really kill it too much. I mean, the home run ball is nice, but he had an 82 OPS plus. So yeah, that was a little disappointing there actually for Travis Williams.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I would have done if I had seen the way the wind was blowing, is I would have tried to get my old friend Justin Gagliardi instead. But I think at the time, I forget where he is now, Huron maybe. I think at the time Huron was looking okay, and then they kind of fell apart. So I was surprised he was not traded at the deadline, but I would have loved to bring him back.
The third best catcher in TBL history.
Yes,
Good.
somebody of Travis Williams. Yes.
Yeah, I don't. I saw that. You also had Greg. Well, Greg Tarver went to Spokane,
So I
so you didn't have a
couldn't-
chance to sign him this year.
That was the thing. I mean, had he gone to any other team, I probably could have weaseled him away. But
Yeah.
Chris had disappeared, and wouldn't trade Matt Jacobs. I'm sure he wouldn't trade Tarver either. So poor guy, he's going to have to get injured in another on another team for now.
Yeah, no, your team is versatile. I don't know who do you have at shortstop now. I know you had the injury to Porter.
Yeah, he's back. He'll be fine, I think, for the postseason. So yeah, really not any major injuries on the position players side. Which
Awesome. That's great for the league.
The bullpen had 2 or 3 guys drop every sim. Extra, bunch of dudes to throw in there, but it got a little ragged at the end.
Yeah, Penn looks strong still. Team to beat. You're definitely the team to beat.
We'll see. The usual curse of the number 1 seed.
I don't know. I think it's going to be tough. The conference. I mean, the whole league is pretty much. It's very flat right now. Your team is they won 109, but there's a lot of teams in this league that I think are gonna bring it to you. So good luck.
Yeah, it's more balanced than usual, and I think really any of these teams in the Sapphire are very good teams that I would be worried about facing.
Including Baltimore.
Maybe.
All right, just making sure. So yeah, that's pretty good. Where did Paul go?
He's leaving it to us, I guess. All right.
I guess let's move on to the second best team in the league, Somerville. Nah,
Sorry, I've messed up the visuals here. I'm trying to fix the stream. I somehow blew the screen up huge.
Just
So
look at Travis Williams.
1 second. I think we need to pause for 2 seconds. I got to fix this.
all right.
It looks really fucked up on OBS, but the stream doesn't look fucked up if I'm looking at the actual stream, so we'll just keep going.
Stream looks all right. I
Okay.
just took a look. Yeah.
Okay, perfect, cool. Yeah, it looked all like it's literally all blown up on my screen, so I can't see a goddamn thing. But I can see the actual game, so that works. So
Yeah, the chat said also, whoever Lovey Pittsburgh is 2222 said the screen looks fine.
okay, perfect. All right, we'll keep
Yes.
going. Then. So, okay, perfect, cool. Yeah, it looked all. Did you guys finish with Denver? I got a little distracted there.
We could
Yeah,
talk about
yeah.
that
The actual
for
Yeah.
game,
fun.
so that works.
I tried to go Jay into saying, talking shit about other teams, but he just won't do it.
No, we'll get to Baltimore.
All right. Oh, wow. All right.
So yeah, looking at the Jade, this was a pretty different year for this, historically dominant conference. I'm not surprised Michael's team kind of took off there. They were off to a really slow start, like 500 most of the season, but they're one of the hottest teams in the Ice Conference right now, I'd say, just with where they finished. And then the rest
they're a
of
good
the division
team,
was just kind of.
He was looking to sell some pieces, like Mike Taylor. He traded away for really, future considerations, not anything that's going to help his team currently. But it's a pretty good team, and now he's got the rotten apple back, Brian McIntosh, as well. So that's going to be a tough lineup to face with Bass, McIntosh, Dave Schaefer, Hoffman. That's a pretty good group of players.
Yeah, Rochester
Yeah,
obviously.
I'm not excited.
Obviously, a super quick team with the top of the order. Tons of stolen
what did
bases.
Bass end up with this year? 115 steals. So
Yep.
that's only his second best in his career.
yeah, tied for who's the other guy too? That's super quick. Hoffman, right, down in the sixth
Yeah.
spot. So has had 85 plus steals for 3 straight seasons. Yeah, this offense looks really good. And actually, I mean, the starting pitcher's ERA first in the Ice Conference. The pitching looks really good. The defense looks pretty good. This is a pretty well-rounded team. Actually, if anything, maybe the offense is the weaker point.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's a very good team. I'm not quite sure how his 2 and 3 starters ended up doing as well as they did, but they're looking at their ratings. But I mean, they're good. They're fine.
Yeah, really. I mean, a lot of strikeouts. It looks like with this team. They were 9th actually, so maybe not. Just kind of.
That's the ball in play, being horrible in the league for hitters. These guys have high control. They don't walk anybody.
Yeah. Keep guys on.
They're not allowing base runners, but they're allowing a lot of contact, which, this guy Doucette has 212 innings pitched, 149 Ks. So, yeah, it's been tough for hitters. And if you get it over the plate, you got a chance to be dominant like that, whatever you want to call it.
They have the worst in the league for errors and the second best in zone rating. So they get to a lot of balls and then they botch them when they come to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting for
I'd
sure.
rather have a good zone rating than a good errors. I'd rather be
Agreed.
first
I think efficiency and zone rating are definitely the 2 important stats there compared to errors. Yeah. Because I mean, if you don't have many errors, it's just because your guys literally can't get to the balls.
Right.
Yeah.
Got Anton Ariaza. That guy he gets injured all the time, but I guess he's still there right now.
I don't see him in the lineup. Who is he? Oh no, I see him. Okay.
Oh,
Yep.
he's a
in the bullpen.
reliever.
Yep. 21 innings this year.
Ariaza was a rising star. One of the big prospects, probably, right? And he just never.
With
I mean, he got 1,000 innings.
Enraged and drove him out of the league, basically.
Yeah, I do remember the name.
Top 10 prospect for a couple years, and just could never stay in one piece.
the thing I like about doing these podcasts is sometimes, as the commissioner, I'm not always in tune with some of the players in the league. I'm just more kind of managing things. But Roy Bell is not a name I had on my radar until right now. He had a really nice season, basically his rookie season last year. And that was, pre-podcast. We did a preseason podcast in 2025. But didn't see him end up, leading in Babip, and I probably said that wrong, and whip. But came back and was the ERA champ this year, and also had a .87 whip. He gives up like no base runners. That's pretty crazy. 75 control. Really nice piece there, and still under full team control.
Looks like great pitcher of the year material here. This guy, it's having the lowest whip in ERA does it for me. Over
I don't know,
almost 200 innings.
I don't know how the the AI kind of feels, but I feel like
yeah, that's what you got to look out for.
Yeah. But yeah, Michael's got a really good system, I think, too. So he's deep. Let's take a look at the prospect pipeline real quick.
Oh, good. Luckily, we were talking about Jay's system.
He's kind of used this up a little bit.
I have comments about Jay's system.
My system is whoever the next IAFA guy is that I pick up next year. That's it.
And like a bunch of 40-year-olds in AA.
Yes, my top prospect is the 20 guy that I had as a minor free agent, which I've been trying to trade, but no one wants him.
And then again, we talked about the Jade being really mid this season, really surprisingly mid. Everybody else is kind of faded. Las Vegas finally emerged from the mediocrity and kind of pulled away and got that last playoff spot. And the rich get richer in a sense that this franchise, even though Eric, this is he's kind of new to running the show here in Vegas. It's just another year back for the High Rollers. Definitely not a suffering franchise.
Yeah, Laredo is still amazing, so that helps to have him in the middle of the lineup. And Bassett is still quite good as well.
They had 10 straight playoff appearances until missing last year, and now they're back there again. So, yeah, we'll see if they can make a splash. Usually the Ice Conference and the weaker teams that get in don't make the runs. It's usually the Fire Conference side where those underdogs seem to get some victories, but you never say never. This team has a pretty good offense. It's the pitching that's kind of a struggle. For Las Vegas.
Laredo's been on a tear since July, so he can take a series over.
Yeah, for sure.
Tied for first in the conference in OPS plus with Antonio Reyna.
I can't believe Laredo is only 31. I feel like we've been saying his name for so long.
Check out his extension on his contract. Yeah, he's going to be the highest paid player in league history, probably.
Ooh, damn! And that's old. That's old. Like, I mean, guys fall off in this league in the 30s. So that is, at least the last one's a team option, but I can see that contract coming back to bite Eric. That's brutal.
It's tough. It's a quarter of your budget on one guy.
Yep.
The minute he misses a game, you're just at such a disadvantage.
Yeah, Bassett's still looking good at 34, so maybe he repeats that. Maybe Laredo runs it deep too. So, but I think he's already a Hall of Famer, definitely.
Oh yeah,
71 WAR already. Yeah. My God.
Yeah, he likely. I think he's on track for breaking the league WAR record for what that's worth.
Yeah, what's that at? Like in the 90s right now?
92. I'm just looking. Sung-hyun Park, the Korean Kong.
Wow.
So he's 20 behind that, and he's 31 years old and still, really at his peak.
Yeah. How about that? Park finishing with more than Swart. I wouldn't have seen that. I know Park was really good, but I feel like Swart's kind of the guy we hold up as the shining example of excellence here. Although 4 MVPs for Swart, it would have been 5, maybe even 6 if he hadn't been traded mid-season.
Right.
But Reyna's kind of right there now too with the 4 MVPs.
Park was more of a not flashy stats, but did everything really well, and so he only had 362 home runs hit 279, but just played good.
He has
Yeah.
Good base runner, all that.
he has no
I
red
don't
paint except for WAR 3 times. He didn't lead the league in any fucking category.
Anything.
That's
I
amazing.
I don't consider him amongst the top 5 players in league history or whatever. Great player, Hall of Fame or whatever, but a bit of a war grifter.
Yeah, I kind of have to agree. I think that's amazing. If you look at Hall of Fame metrics, like to have a zero score for the black ink section is pretty crazy. Wow, kind of cool to look at. But yeah, quickly looking at Eric's team, he's got those 2 bats, but outside of that, it's kind of an average team that was average enough to be in. And when you're in, anything can happen.
Yeah. The 2 Hall of Famers in the middle of that lineup, who really wants to go against that? They can take over a series, seeing guys get hot and do it. And, these guys are hot they're as hot as it gets right now.
Yeah, Bassett has a couple World Series or TBL championships to his name already, so get the playoff experience. Yeah, let's look at the rest of the division, then let's switch over to the Sapphire. Nothing super exciting to talk about here. Galveston kind of made a run. They almost challenged Las Vegas down the stretch and then kind of fell short. The Mudcats, as we mentioned, a really rare offseason for Ryan.
Well, Mudcats had the worst injury of any team, with Eric McReynolds, who somehow, as an Iron Man, got a season-ending injury in like the first week.
Wow.
And he's pretty much the best. I don't know if he's the best, but he could be the best shortstop arguably in the league. And that was it, because their defense just went downhill. Then the other guy, Dilworth, fell off for a little bit, and it was just a perfect storm of. It's tough. They're going to bounce back. They'll bounce back, but
It's still a good team.
horrible luck.
Yeah, they did lead the Ice Conference in strikeouts, so the staff is not terrible, but
Yeah, they had a legit ace.
they had the worst bullpen ERA.
Yeah, bullpen got killed, but
pretty shallow.
that's got to be a one-off. I mean, New Orleans is look at the best pitching franchises in TBL history. They're right there.
Yeah.
They're arguably the best.
18 playoff appearances
Yeah.
in 25 years. This is the first sub 500 team for them since 2009. And I think Ryan took over in like 2007 or 8. 2008, I want to say.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
Yep. Oh, my commissioner. He's the commissioner in the league that I started playing Out of the Park in, so he's very knowledgeable.
Yeah, well, he'll be back very shortly.
Taking a look at Galveston real quick. Anybody to highlight on this team that impresses you? Looks like he's got some prospects coming up. Maybe looks like a call-up day. Jeremiah Will, number 49 overall prospect, struggled. Came up, had a ERA almost at 10. Maybe called up a bit too early. We'll see, though. He didn't really go crazy in the minor leagues. 2.7 WAR this year.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because he is a college pick, and he didn't really graduate AA, but he got promoted, and yeah, 2.05 whip for Jeremiah Will, the 49 prospect.
Yeah,
may want to leave him down a little bit longer.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it was even a 1.5 whip in the minor leagues, and the minor leagues here
Yeah.
aren't super strong. So if you're not performing down there,
Well, the pitches aren't developed. The forkball, the changeup, they're not at TBL level. The curveball and the sinker will get hit hard. The fastball's not up there yet, even though the velocity's there.
I worry though that he's number 49 prospect, but once you get into like almost 25 years old, sometimes you don't get better, and so like I do worry that he may max out at a kind of 50-50-50 guy.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think that's fair. I don't think he will live up to this potential, but I think he could still,
No.
yeah, he could still be 50, 60, 65. Um,
Yeah.
he's injury prone, so that's going to be a problem
Yeah.
in this league. He's got a bunch of injuries just this year, which is too bad. He's fragile. Nick Corder is other nice prospect here, who's a lefty. It's nice to have a lefty. Actually looks like a little more promising in my opinion. Although again, holy shit, look at this injury page. This dude's a scroll guy. He's got no future. Never mind. I changed my mind.
Stop. Whoa. You got a future.
It's all
Don't
the same
say that
injury.
about the
It's
young man.
all the same injury. He's actually
Don't
like me
say
right
that
now.
about
Neck
the young man.
stiffness
He's
and
definitely
back.
got a future. He looked good at AAA. And maybe his future may be in the bullpen. But
Yeah.
the guy looks okay.
And honestly, they're all minor injuries, but he's like the kind of guy that comes out of a game all the time, which isn't terrible.
A lot of back and neck stiffness.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I've never seen so many back stiffnesses.
This guy clearly has back issues. Anybody in the lineup? Take look
It's a
at the
pretty
stats this
anonymous team. I
is,
don't
yeah.
know any of these guys.
Wow.
year. Francisco
Even in the
Bernal
same
was kind of
division.
the Francisco Bernal was kind of the stud this year. He had a breakout season compared to what he's done in his first few years. 4.2 WAR. He led the league in average. Hit 307.
Yeah. This may be one of those guys who has an insane mid-20s. This year 25, his 26 years going to probably be pretty good. But he has very little hustle and often makes mental mistakes. So, he's one of those guys who, not the greatest defender, almost like a DH type going down the road.
I like the catcher he
No
picked
power,
up.
but
He picked up.
great hitter.
He signed Mike Bowler in the offseason, and this guy was the champion on the championship Rebels team last year, and he's got him on a pretty decent contract for the next few years. I know he's not like top of the line catcher, but if you're paying a guy $6 million, I think this is a nice piece to have.
Well,
he's a fan favorite too, so he's going to give you some money.
He's had a very good year. He's a good defender, good in the locker room. Guy keeps teams together. This might be the guy who, 3 WAR. Don't always love to use WAR, but 3 WAR, 132 games played. This is a guy who probably kept it together for the Gremlins.
Yeah. My biggest advice to the Gremlins and Jeremy would be to pop into general chat and say hello, so you're not so anonymous. Because
We
I
gotta
think
know
the
who your
more
players are.
I think the more someone participates in the chat and in the discourse of the league, the more people are looking at your team as well. So, which maybe he's just waiting for his time. Once he gets to the playoffs. We've seen some GMs here who are quiet for the first few years and then they start to be successful. And now they talk a bit more. So yeah. Anything to say about Dylan and the Durham Dragons? A new GM taking over this year, off to a hot start like the
We
Dragons
skipped
typically
Tampa
are.
Bay.
We'll talk about John's team. Again, we're not going to talk about everybody extensively. But,
Oh, okay.
we're already 30 minutes in. Folks.
Durham. One of those. This guy Max Sense Spagnolo. He's a beast, but
Yeah.
he's wrecked. But that's a couple dynamic players. That's a horrible stadium to hit in. So the numbers that I'm seeing here, that's pretty good. I mean, as far as the power numbers, but outside of that, the offense, they haven't scored any runs.
This guy brings up a good point you brought up on our last podcast, that fragile and wrecked don't always mean shit. Because this guy's wrecked, but he's played 147 games, 3 straight seasons. Like, that's not
Yeah, exactly.
League are fragile or wrecked, right? So
Yeah.
somebody's got to stay on the
Yeah.
field.
Yeah. So I mean, look at the injury proneness, but dig deeper if you're really,
Yeah, and make sure you have the right role for the player, so they don't get overworked if they can't play the 154 games like this guy Spagnolo does. Who, he's well over 150 games. Looks like the first couple of years, or there's a couple of years in there where he got the reputation of being wrecked. But this guy, he plays a lot of games.
Yeah.
Yeah, his injury history is not actually that bad compared to a lot of guys.
And if you look, I mean, he's been good 3 straight seasons. He would actually be even better this year. He put up 3.5 WAR. He was terrible in the field. He's not a center fielder, so if Dylan's listening, think about keeping him permanently in right field next year and bringing in a better defense in center field, and that might improve everything across the board in terms of the pitching staff, in terms of all that stuff. The defense on this team was pretty horrendous this year. The pitching wasn't great. The hitting wasn't great. Just all around pretty average, which is kind of funny. He had 4 guys in the 24 plus home run club here in the heart of the lineup.
Yeah. That goes to the stadium again. The fly balls get out there, nothing else falls in.
No one with more than 85 RBIs too, or 83. So like a bunch of solo home runs. It looks like.
Got some prospects though, 7 and 8 guys.
Yeah, let's take a look at that in a sec. Who? Just take a look at the catcher here, durable catcher. Did not play well this year. Must have been injured? Nope. Why did this guy play 55 games? Is he not the best catcher on the team?
It happened here. He looks like he was the backup.
Fascinating. He's 80 potential. I don't see what my head scout says, but he's an 80 OSA.
55, and he's got 35 contacts. So I mean, he hit 155 this year. So
you can't have this guy always playing.
Okay, yeah, but come on, guys, look at who he started.
Too,
look at who he started. This starting catcher is fucking horrible.
I don't know, man.
This starting catcher has a
Suzuki should be on Jay's most hated player list.
This starting catcher for him though, Josh Ligon, has a 40 rating at catcher. Like, yeah. That's not even playable.
This guy's Suzuki.
So Dylan, curious if you're listening to the podcast, definitely let us know what's going on. Maybe you're seeing something.
Get rid of both those guys.
Yeah.
That's the summary of your team.
What's the contract on that catcher? He must have paid him something to get him.
He was like an IAFI or an international free agent and signed for a couple of years, not knowing what you would get.
Yeah, I don't think it was.
Okay, 8.3. That's not bad, but he's locked up.
Yeah,
so play him. He's hitting 135. Holy fuck!
He's such a bad player. Yeah. He got lucky that one year. He's a classic guy who has a great eye, awesome, but you're not afraid to throw the ball anywhere to
It is a hilarious
on the plate to him.
115 walks and 236 strikeouts.
This guy's maddening. This guy's. They probably hate him in Durham.
I feel like with regular playing time, though, if he walks and he matches home runs from the catcher position, if he's in like the 8 hole and his defense is good, I think they're.
When he walks, he's an anchor out there. He's the worst base runner
so
ever.
Slow, yeah. Yeah. That's funny.
So what are we doing here?
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways, you said we'll quickly look at the prospects. You said they were pretty good here. Let's look at just like all those.
Yeah, he's got the number 7 and 8 guys that are pitchers. Who knows? Maybe they'll be good.
Yep. 2 top 10 prospects. Yeah. Still young in their development, but Matt Kopeka looks like he's going to be close.
He'll probably quit and play pro basketball instead.
So here's another thing. Respectfully, if a guy's put up 8.3 WAR in AA, maybe time for a promotion. I don't think I've ever seen anybody put up that much WAR in a minor league system.
What's his popularity and morale say? Is he happy? Is he pissed?
Kopeka?
Yeah.
He is very unhappy with his role on the team.
Yeah.
But look at this guy too. He's being played in the infield, and maybe that's just to get him in, a bunch of positions. But he's an elite outfielder. He's an 80 left fielder in terms of his ratings. So I mean, this guy could be good.
I have him worse.
Yeah, I don't have him there.
Yeah, fair. I'm on OSA. Gotta remember that. OSA is very full of shit.
The drunk out of work.
I'll act as a Wahoo so you can see my shit too. Yeah, he's not that great there. But still, I mean, the statistics are there, right? 8.3 WAR is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Anyways, talk about John's team real quick. John has kind of struggled since taking over Tampa. But he hasn't been terrible. This team's kind of mid, right? Great defense.
Well, he was saddled with some horrible contracts and had to extricate himself from that. So things are a little bit better in that department, I think now.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a closer
I'm
locked up for
saying like
28
2 years
million
ago
a
when he
year.
started.
I don't know why he's paying David Archuleta so much. That's a really big contract. I really love Nick Stockett. I hope he extends Nick Stockett. This guy's one of the better center fielders, I think, in the TBL. That nobody talks about. He's won 4 Great Glove Awards, 2-time All-Star. He's been a MVP in the postseason. Just a nice guy.
He
that's a
typically plays half a season though is the problem.
He hit 190 as
that's
well.
a guy. That's a guy you could put up with the 190.
Ooh, yeah, that injury page. Ooh. All minor.
Yeah, right. I mean, he can make it where you look at his last 4 years. He's at 199, 220, 205, 190, but still a valuable player despite it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he stole 40 bases this year. That's pretty sexy. Almost hit 30 home runs in a full season. I don't think we'll see another full season from him. I think this was an anomaly. He's a fan favorite, so putting butts in the seats, increasing that revenue.
Yeah, this is the signing you make to grow your fan loyalty. You try to, get Stockett back in the mix.
Yeah. In dead last in a lot of categories, team ranking wise, so a lot of work to do still, though. Joe Phillips, he went 0 for 4 against Rochester in the second to last game of the season, but if he hadn't, he'd be on like a 25-game hit streak. He had a really nice season, 4.2 WAR.
One of the few 300 hitters.
Yep.
In the TBL. I think we had 5.
Yeah, are we getting back to a dead ball era again?
We're in the modern day today an MLB era.
I mean, if you look at the league history page here, that league average has been 244 for like 5 straight seasons. So it's been pretty consistent.
Okay.
The ERA went up this year compared to the last. It's gone up 4 years in a row. On the Fire Conference side, actually, it went down this year. But you're right. If you look at the mid 2000, like the 2010 to 2020s, the league average was up in the 250 to 260 range. So it's definitely gone down. And it did get to a point where we made some adjustments early on because it was getting a little out of hand.
Yeah,
so maybe it's maybe it's time to look at an adjustment. I think you can see the numbers between 2005 2006. That's where that tweak happened. I do remember Steve very much freaking out when that happened for a minute.
Wouldn't you want to just let it like go wherever it goes? It just can't. It's not going to stay here.
I don't know. I think honestly,
I keep going down.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to fuck with it, but I'm going to monitor it. I'll put it that way.
It's the modern game. You steal bases. The home run ball is playing. High K rates. The pitchers are walking. They're not walking as many people. So this is 2026 baseball.
Well, all right. Fair enough. Anybody else to highlight on this team? I don't think we need to go too hard. He took Sean Hall back from me. This was a good signing. This guy's he's average, but he's a good piece to have, I think, on a team if you're not paying him too much, which he is paying him too much. Never mind. In my opinion, for a 30-year-old. Anybody in the system here for Tampa? Nope.
Let's take a look.
Needs to get some assets. Needs to draft.
Yeah, it's barren.
Candidly, actually, John's been really bad even managing his minor league systems. Like he's kind of shifting into Vancouver territory where he just needs to pay more attention to them. Because honestly, I bet if he dove into free agency, he could significantly just increase his minor league talent. There's a lot of guys here that, I mean, he's got 31 guys on this page. Like, it doesn't even go lower than that. So his system is barren.
Yeah, there's not a lot of future on this team that I can see.
It is the worst minor league system by win percentage.
Yeah, I was gonna say here's his
75.
teams: 394, 288, 242, 197, 271, 243. All his teams were really terrible this year. I brought it to his attention, so hopefully he took it to heart. He candidly said, "Yeah, I've only been paying attention to my major league team."
Yeah, whatever. I mean, it takes time.
It does.
Yeah.
He's also a first-time online GM, so he's in the J division with a bunch of fucking sharks. Probably would be come on over to the Ruby. You'll do great. You'll probably win the division. One more team here. Oh, sorry.
No, I say on that subject, you messed up by putting Don in your division.
Maybe.
I thought you did.
I thought that would Larry too.
Yeah, well,
but, Larry joins the league.
Shots, dude.
Larry just told me he's starting to actually pay attention to his minor league system here. So
now it's just
yeah.
But Larry, came in for a season and did an 8-hour podcast with me. So I had high hopes for him, but he struggled for sure.
I remember that podcast. It was a very good podcast. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Yeah, no, he's a smart guy. He's a smart guy. He has some great takes. I think he just kind of, he's got a lot going on, and he didn't put the TLC into the team that it needed. But but he's admitted he's looking a little more at this league right now. So hopefully that changes for him. And honestly, we can't knock Daryl. Daryl's won a championship, and he's been pretty good. And
awesome.
And Johnny's been pretty good too, candidly. But outside of that, you're right. There's been some struggles. But anyways, we're not there yet. Let's talk about Fort Collins. Talk about Tim's team. Tim popped in chat today. I was happy to see him chime in a little bit.
I wanted to know if the Fort Collins Roosters were an OG team, and one of the teams that used to snap off a bunch of playoff appearances in a row and just had tough luck and never got to a championship series. And I think they ran into my team a couple times in the playoffs, and it's never turned it around.
A couple of conference championship appearances, and I mean, all these playoff appearances, 13 and 19 years, so they were a perennial playoff team, all under Kyle. And then Sean took over for one season.
What he was doing.
That guy Sean took over for one season and completely destroyed this franchise, and it's been a rebuilding project ever since then.
He made one of the worst trades to Jay.
That and Atlanta also, right?
Yes, he destroyed Atlanta as well. This guy Sean destroyed 2 franchises in this league. Sean, in case you didn't know, joined this team in 2010, 2011, and they haven't been in the playoffs since. So collectively, this guy played 2 seasons in our league and has been responsible for 25 plus years of playoff time.
See if you want to manage Philly.
We appreciate it.
Yeah. We have a Sean on the wait list right now. I don't think it's the same Sean, but he's Don's friend. So,
all right.
We'll see if he has better luck when he finally gets a spot here to play. What do we think of Tim's team? Obviously, a last place finish this year. He said he's building up this system. I haven't looked. The system looks okay.
70 and 92 for last place is pretty strong.
Fair.
There's a lot of middling categories that they're in. They're not like the worst though. So they may be closer than we think.
He's got a good left fielder, Morgan Allison.
Yes, Allison's
He's played
great.
really well the past couple years.
Yep.
Yeah. A lot of the things that you need to win. I think defense is the one thing he doesn't have. But the rotation's not horrible. He's got a closer, got a star, has youth on his side. If you got, a couple breaks here and there, in a draft, in free agency, this team can get good.
He signed a couple of the former Denver bullpen guys this offseason, Calvert and Barker went out for the season. But that I was surprised because I didn't think they were like that close as far as contention window and all that. So I don't know. I don't really like tying up a lot of money for a closer when you're 70 and 92.
This is the This is the 40% Denver propaganda where you're telling teams in your division not to spend money.
You don't need them.
Yeah, whoever, don't listen to this guy, all right? Whoever's listening to this, don't listen to this. Spend the money. Barker's a stud. I mean, you got to get somebody. You got to have a strategy. You got to, some conviction, and that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I do get concerned when you have $40 million in payroll locked up in 2 relievers, right? Like, I don't even like paying one guy $20 million a year, let alone 2.
Right.
I consistently have $40 million in my relievers.
All of them or 2 of them?
Like a couple of them.
That's fair. All right. I mean, like Tampa Bay just had a $28 million closer too, and I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that.
All right.
But I also only have 1 championship. Oh, that's 1 more than you. Oh,
yeah. Good point. Good point.
I had to fuck it.
I knew it was going to happen sometime soon.
Yeah. But obviously, we already talked about you're the most successful non-championship in league history.
We'll get to my team. We'll talk about my team very shortly.
He's got lefties on his team. He's got a ton of switch hitters. I think that's something that sticks out to me. He's got 4 switch hitters and 2 lefties in the lineup.
Yes.
Which I don't know how that plays for
balance.
What's this ballpark look like? Lefties. I don't know. It's a pretty average park, I guess. But this is definitely a huge park. Big gaps in the outfield. So.
Yeah, behind the center fielder, the ball can get lost. A lot of doubles, a lot of triples. Yep. So, who does he have in center field? Zachary Finlay, who should be a DH. Left fielder.
Not a center fielder. That's for sure.
Not a center fielder.
22 zone rating.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That won't do it.
So you can put anybody who has a glove out there, and they'd be a net positive in this type of ballpark. Finlay's got to get out of center field. Not good for your pitching staff having a guy out there.
He had a couple bad people in the field, but Finley takes the cake, and he's that might be the worst in the league. I'm not going to look at the whole list, but I'd be surprised if we see anything worse than that.
So that's the fix. There it is.
Yep, there's the fix. And honestly, the center fielder impacts the right fielder, the left fielder pitching.
Yeah. Well, you don't want you guys throwing extra pitches, and with high leverage and getting injured because they're throwing extra pitches in those situations. So yeah, center field's important for that reason.
Yep. Barker's out for 8 more months too, so don't even know if he'll be back for opening day. That's rough. And I bet if he comes back after this injury, he's no longer an 80. Just foreshadowing a little bit.
Right. He will find he'll get traded to Denver for 50% retention as well, and then he'll find his way after that. Barker is still young enough.
Let's talk about your team, JR. Why don't you take the lead here?
Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
What's
Are
up?
we going straight to Somerville? We're not going to go to. We can't disrespect the Empire.
Well, we can.
Here.
We had 31 GMs export today, and New York wasn't one of them, so he can go second.
Okay.
I'm just messing around with you.
All right, fine. This team.
I thought you might miss this year. I'm not gonna lie. You had a pretty rough start. You were like a 500-ish team pretty late. And
I wasn't worried about it. Only because we put bat on ball, and it's not a typical Somerville team. It's offense first. Bullpen's awesome, and the fielding is one of my worst fielding teams in a while. And I got the 2 stars, the 2 superstars. They're hitting 1 and 2 now. We're playing no games. We're hitting them as many times as possible, and we got depth. We got a lot of depth. That's a good thing throughout the system. Got a lot of speed. I think we're second in the league to Rochester in stolen bases. And I didn't look at the K rate for my team yet, but I think we have the lowest K rate. Yeah, we do. So we strike out the least. Last couple of years, strike out the least in the TBL. So that's our formula. And we want to get the game late, and then maybe get a clutch hit and just hold it down and go from there.
Yeah, first.
Take a look at Chase
ahead.
Posey's contract for a sec.
Who's?
The
Posey's.
Golden Retriever.
Yeah. That's what we call him. We golden retriever. Just throw.
It
You
makes
just throw a
it makes
tennis
sense.
ball out there and the guy goes.
Yeah, I feel like you offered this contract in like one of the first few years of his.
Yeah, after he first off he cut through the minor leagues like a butter or warm hot knife through butter, whatever you want to call whatever the idiom is. He's actually one of the best minor leaguers I ever had, and I don't think he really cracked the top 300 or 400 or whatever. He was always below it, but he was always one of the best guys I had. So
Yeah.
love me some Chase Posey.
Yeah, it's a pretty nutso contract. I think he'll be definitely asking for 35 plus once he gets to 29.
Nobody asked me for 35 plus. Nobody does it.
Well,
Nobody comes close to doing it. I've had guys like Roach, Matt Clark, Marksberry, Sonneville, whoever. These guys never get close to asking me for 30 million.
What's your theory on why they don't?
Because we have the best vibes in the league, and from top to bottom. You can look at the chemistry. I don't care if you look at it, but we're always established. We always got leaders. We have at every single level. We have captains. We don't have maniac coaches. Everybody's happy. Everybody's doing their thing, and that's how that's how it works. At every level, we're trying to win every level. So it's just the way it is, and that's why I think I think we have a pretty good system. I just don't think that it registers on any type of the BS OSA list.
Right.
yeah, that's fair. It's an interesting theory. I don't know if I buy it.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. But once again, we don't make many free agent signings. It's how many years in a row making the playoffs. I don't even know. I don't even count him. I don't care because it's all about the championship
15.
right now.
I think this is 15 in a row.
It's 15 years in a row making the playoffs. All right. So most winningest franchise in the TBL. So that's it. That's because of the system. I hate to tell you.
Yeah.
Those trades.
Yeah.
Those trades I make.
100 guys, but it's a bunch of guys with like 65 potential.
Yeah, they may not be on any list, but every level in my system has a handful of those guys. Those picks that you guys are trading me,
Yeah.
Any of the spreadsheet guys out there who like to do these spreadsheet things or whatever, go look at those trades and see. I'm not going to look, but I think the system's pretty stocked with talent because of those trades.
Yeah, you're always in a position where you got to trade a bunch of guys away for 40-man reasons prior to the Rule 5 and all that.
Well, yeah, and we'll get into Phoenix, but I traded Phoenix a bullpen. I got guys in AAA, I got a guy like Jose Lopez who he'd be playing every day, maybe for the last year and a half, but we're marinating him in AAA, and he's in the start next year. So, it's important in the system to bring up the guys at the right times. That's the biggest thing for my team, but it's homegrown. It is homegrown.
You're gonna have the Rochester North Stars in the first round matchup. If you have to go through Denver, it's gonna be in the conference championship series if you get there. Yeah.
Is that true? Really?
I believe so.
Would that be the case? Doesn't it reseed after the?
Yeah.
There's a good chance I face Denver in the second round.
Think so?
But if I win, but I think my guy Reyna is going to his favorite stadium to hit in. That stadium in Rochester is built for right-handed hitters. I think that's why the move for McIntosh was made. But that's excited to go down there for that. See how he does. He's hot as an iron right now. Led the league in OPS and RBIs for the third year in a row. Who knows if he wins the MVP? I don't care. so I can play him less. That's fine. He's got 4 of them. He's got a nice big house. Whatever. Just keep on hitting. That's it. You know, OPS and RBIs, baby. That's all I care. Just keep doing that stuff.
Yep. Well, we'll see how it turns out for you. And we've got this year a pretty strong Sapphire division. Actually, for quite a few years now, it's kind of been a shift. And these 4 teams have really been consistent. Let's go with New York next. JG and the Empire have been good. And they were good this year. I thought they were going to catch Jay for like a small second, but I think they got within 6 games.
We're so far behind. They, it wasn't going to happen, but they had a really good run in the second half for sure.
I think just you were so good, it actually overshadowed how good this team was.
Right. Yeah.
I think they had the best rotation in the TBL. I mean, you can say Kansas City, but
I would say Kansas City.
Yeah, New York's right there.
Yeah. But their third dude, Sadler, is out now. Wait, is Sadler still there?
Sadler got injured. Right. Sadler got injured for 4 months on the last day of the season.
Yes. Billy Perez had a horrible year by his standards, but he was good by everybody else's standards.
Career, he's on a good track. That one.
Yeah, Perez is great. Malachi Lott might be pitcher of the year. This is the guy that I think the AI thinks is pitcher of the year.
Yeah, he's gonna get it because DeWar,
strikeouts,
which is I hate for pitchers. Strikeouts.
I mean,
he'll probably get extra credit for wins somehow.
Yeah. But no, he's been super good.
Sullivan, I don't think he's gonna get it.
Matt Sullivan with the 25 wins. Yeah, no.
Yeah, he's not getting it.
No.
If he gets it, then we have to go back to human voting.
Yeah.
Even
outside Sadler,
it'll be the new Quentin Cook on this podcast.
Their fourth starter is also good. So yeah, he's
21 season for Reyna. Yeah.
This is a rotation that scares the shit out. This is one of my division that I think it really is the best
rotation.
Eaton is a superstar.
Rich Reinhardt.
I mean, he's got a good bullpen too. He's really got both sides of the ball, and his offense is great. This is a complete team,
Another bandbox stadium.
I don't know that name, but he's led the league in home runs the last 2 years. So
who's that?
Ron Stone.
Yeah, no, I remember him from last year. He's been good. Yeah, he's up to 134 career home runs, and he's still just in his third full season. So.
Shane Drew is the closer, right? He came from St. Louis, and this was another situation where the closer was making a ton of money on a not very good team, right? And now he's on a good team.
No, for sure. What's the contract?
Good job by St. Louis getting that off.
Apparently, I need to get in touch with what a closer gets paid these days, because this guy's getting paid too.
Okay.
Yeah, they get paid. There's a huge need. Obviously, it's a highest leverage innings in the game, and you want a guy who's locked down. None of these guys are automatic in the postseason, but a guy like Drew has experience. He's got the road. I mean, it's ridiculous. His numbers are, I don't want to say Hall of Fame, but
Ron Stone.
He's on the fast track.
Just to go back to Ron Stone too, real quick. This guy's pretty dope. He's a captain. He's not just a power guy. He's been 40 stolen bases every year, so he's a 40-40 guy.
Yeah.
Which is dual threat, so kind of cool. A 47 home run guy out of the leadoff spot. What is this, Ohtani?
And he's got a great glove too.
Yep, 7 WAR from left field, or 7 zone rating, excuse me. So a complete team. They should probably go deep. We will see. Just looking at their playoff history, I think they won the championship in 2020. And that was kind of a surprise win.
21, yeah. 21. And that did not seem like nearly as strong a team as this one.
No, but I mean, he's had 96, 97, 99 wins, and they've all gone home early. So we'll see if this is the year. First 100-win team in franchise history. This maybe is the first expansion team to reach the 100-win mark. I don't know if that's true.
Well, Rochester also, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good call.
Rochester. Did Kansas City ever do it?
I think closest here, 99, but no.
Yeah.
So, and Mexico City is the other one, which is now probably the worst of the 4 franchises in terms of expansions. Wasn't always looking that way, but yeah. Who's next? Carolina. Mike's done a great job on what was the worst franchise in the TBL. This was a really difficult
He's got
rebuilding project.
Got eight guys in the top 100 now.
3 straight 90-win seasons. 8 guys in the top 100, you say?
Yep.
So he's got a lot coming up still, huh?
He put together a really interesting offseason. He traded away some players that I thought were going to be cornerstones. And he just made I think a prudent pivot to more established players. But Montenegro was one of them, and he's out. And but it's something that kind of legitimizes your franchise when you do that, when you get players like that, So
I don't know. I feel like
trade for
good.
I was going to say for Ojeda was a really interesting one because both those teams were in playoff contention, and basically he swapped out Trevor Jordan, who was one of kind of future guys for Ojeda. Ojeda makes a lot more money, but is probably almost certainly a better player. But he'll be paying him for a few years here.
Yeah, both these teams made the postseason after that trade, which is kind of cool. I think that is interesting, right? Because he did trade for someone making more money. Is that what you're saying? Ojeda's making more?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, quite a bit more. And it looks like 50% retained, right? So
yeah. So let's see, what's Jordan going to be paying? Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. I think obviously looking at the fan loyalty, the market size here, he's at a super disadvantage. So he's got to be creative in terms of maybe flipping guys before a standard team might be ready to flip them, and continuing to kind of cycle assets. Again, it doesn't sound like that's what he did on that trade. I wasn't looking too closely, but I think there's something to be said for how you manage a team that's in the dumps like this. You do have to really be the Tampa Bay Rays of the MLB, right? You have to cycle talent, and you have to keep bringing in young guys, and then eventually, hopefully, the fans, unlike the Tampa Bay Rays, start to pay attention.
If anybody's an MLB fan, this team reminds me of the mid-2000 Pittsburgh Pirates, where they had a nice stadium, they had a good group of players, 91 seasons, but they just never kept it going. So let's see if they keep it going. And we were talking today about their a couple years of winning. It's tough because they really need to bank like a 15-year run of just playing over 500 baseball or something like that to win the fans over.
Yeah.
And it's a young league. We forget it. We always talk about the loyalty and all this other stuff. It's a very young league. It's only the first 26 years, and these things can change very quickly, I believe. If you consider 15 years quickly.
Yeah, I don't even know if it needs to be that long. This is going to be the 3rd straight 91 season. If he does this for 2 or 3 more years, I think you'll start to see a positive change.
Yeah.
But fan loyalty, that's really, what does that affect? That affects, if you have a team that is good and then gets crappy, then that helps people helps keep people there for longer. But if you have a good team, they're going to show up regardless of what the fan loyalty numbers are.
Look, I'm on his team page right now. Look at the attendance. This is a winning team. He sold out twice, opening day and some day in September.
Yeah.
So I think it does have an impact. He's going to have a lower revenue than most winning teams, which is unfortunate.
Well, season tickets, 10,000. I know I'm around 20.
Yeah, a big increase, but
yeah, it's a big increase, but I think I'm around
21,000.
Yeah, so when you look at it's you got to get the season bad year for us attendance-wise. I know. You got to look at the season ticket numbers because you don't share your gate with the other team when you get season ticket buys, and that's huge.
Yep. So no, I think it's probably the biggest disadvantage of anything in the league is having these metrics be shitty. And Mike's a trooper for coming in and taking over this franchise and sticking with it, because he asked about the history of Boston. Boston was run by one GM for like the first 11 or 12 seasons, and it was a rough start. Finally kind of made the playoffs towards the end, but since then it's cycled through GMs. No one's really been able to turn this thing around, but Mike's kind of the first guy that's shown that promise, so I root for him.
Any good player that this franchise had that the fans liked was just ripped from their clutches just because whoever was in charge did not want to pay him. Ricardo Box is the greatest, this franchise's greatest player. He is a guy I consider to be one of the top 5 guys in the league's history.
He's the shortest Hall of Fame.
Yeah, because he was 30 years. Was he 31 years old when he? 31 years old when in the inaugural season. He had a 10 war season, back-to-back 10 war seasons in his 30s, and that was a dead ball era for us as well.
358, 366 average. That's insane.
Yeah.
Of course, we can't forget he played 20 games for Oahu and then got injured and then just retired in the middle.
Yeah, after he signed him. He was on his last leg. He hit 325 after a 387 year. But that guy broke them. That guy, when you trade him to Kingston? Yeah, when you trade him, and then they got Matt Clark. They traded Matt Clark to me.
Yeah, they traded Boyd. I forget. Pitcher Boyd.
Yeah, the pitcher
really
Boyd.
I don't even know what his name was. Doesn't matter. Oh, Boyd Perry. His first name.
Perry.
Yeah.
Boyd Perry was looking like
Boyd Perry, another one.
Pitcher of the year in 2008, and then
the rare trade to Washington.
It's like you don't want to pay these people. So that's big. That's huge. Those are like the 3 best players probably in their franchise's history, outside of maybe somebody on a roster now.
Yep. Let's look at the roster now. I feel like we're talking about his history, but what do we like about the team? Nick Luke looks really nice. This guy is
it's a really
rookie.
strong bullpen. Yeah. He's got 3 guys in the bullpen that are all quite good.
Making no money, not $28 million a year, so that's advantageous.
$28 million, yeah.
Yep. So the bullpen looks like Vince Hernandez. Haven't really looked at this guy in his second season. Put up 5.4 WAR. He's pretty nice. Nothing special. He's a first baseman, but
yeah. The rotation is pretty
minor league free agent signing. Where'd he get him from? From Vancouver. Good job, Vancouver. I just signed somebody's second round pick from like 2 years ago in minor league free agency, and it's funny how quick you can get these picks back like instantly if you look at the minor league free agency.
I feel like Andy McCraskey is his best player and has been. Just like four average a year. He's just steady. He's a durable player. He's always going to be there.
Another guy found on a scrap heap.
Yeah.
I think he traded Kevin Porter to you.
I mean,
Jay.
Yes, correct.
This guy's making $600K.
Wanted the first round pick, which he got, and Porter, just went nuclear.
Yeah, and to be fair, this was Porter's first really, really big year, even though he's been really good. Right. Just as far as being like MVP level for the time he was healthy, I think this is his first time doing it.
Some nice arbitrage for Mike because he got him as a Rule 5 pick before he traded it.
Who are you talking about?
This guy?
Kevin Porter. We're way off.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's cool. I don't even see him on.
Well, Kevin Porter was a shortstop traded from Carolina to Jay. And
oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And he's been
And we're just talking about how that went down.
I just thought it's interesting. Mrzowski or whatever. I'm terrible with this name. 4 war season. Look at the extension he signed. He just wants 3.8 million next year. And again, he's still under arbitration.
What a nice guy.
But yeah, no, that's a.
Well, yeah, he just signed arbitration early.
Yeah.
He probably just doesn't want another team to have to try to spell his name.
A-Wood. We'll just call him A-Wood.
Up the middle, it doesn't get better than what's going on in Carolina as far as the shortstop and the second baseman.
Defensively, yeah. Best defense in the Ice Conference, I would say.
Good for them.
So, okay, who's next? It's the Baltimores.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, let's talk about Baltimore.
The Baltimores. So yeah, kind of choked at the end of the season. Steve pointed it out.
Choked. Such a strong word.
His words, not mine.
Procedure.
He was in the playoffs the whole time.
Yeah. Yep.
Jeez.
Not like the early 2000 Baltimore jokes. This was like a.
Yeah.
That was like strangled.
Totally different.
He would fall out of the playoffs, have a pitcher injured in the process, and then in the lottery he would like fall back spots.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Pretty brutal luck. And there definitely is luck to this game. He had the worst of it to start his tenure for sure. What do we think about this team?
I like that his player went out for elective eye surgery.
That's pretty funny.
That was horrible. I have a huge problem with that, by the way.
It sucks. Yeah.
I would have Steve probably thought about writing a letter to OOTP, but that's huge. That's horrible. Who the heck does that? Nobody does that.
I'll give Steve props. He's kind of like you. He fine-tooth combs his minor league system. Look at these records: 85-47, 88-44,
Yes.
99-33, 102-30. He pays attention to the minor leagues, and his guys develop, and that's why he's been super successful year after year.
Well, very old system, like Jay's. But the good thing about old systems is that if you have a good prospect that gets playing time, they're gonna have a good time playing baseball because they're gonna be winning all the time, and they develop.
It helps. Yeah.
Another closer making $25 million. What do you say about that?
I hate it. Actually, his real closer is making nothing.
It's a good team, though. Like if you have a crappy team, I don't know why you're paying your closer $20 million.
You got to pay somebody. Sure.
Yeah.
But you should also trade them. If you are in a crappy team, but you got to pay somebody.
Yep. Freitas had a really nice season here. Padilla. These are kind of average guys that just really played pretty amazing.
Yeah, I don't think they're average. I think these are very well-rounded players. He's got some of the most well-rounded players. He's this guy Mike Boone. Even though he didn't have a big year or anything, it can hurt you in a lot of ways.
Check out Jiang Jin Lee. This is another one of these like bizarre archetypes where they strike out all the frickin' time and then also walk all the time. I don't know. I feel like there are more of these in 26 than version 26 than there were in previous years, where it's like super high I and like no void Ks.
Yeah, that's a weird profile.
Yeah.
He's a captain, but he can't play the outfield with a 40 range.
I don't know.
Like I hate that. And he didn't. He looked like he was DH. So at least Steve.
That's it. I don't know. I'm not a fan of these types of guys, even though I might have some in my system. I don't. Anybody who, once again, you get on base, you're just out there. I don't know. It's the three true outcome type guys are very interesting, very polarizing. He's got a lot of lefties in this lineup.
His pitching's been solid for a couple of years with guys that aren't like, again, we've seen a lot of like highly rated guys in this league that are are true aces. But I mean, these guys are putting up 200 innings.
Yeah.
The ERA is
They're
pretty
solid.
low.
They're like not great, but they're solid.
Yep. And like you might mention, a lot of lefties. 6 lefties on the staff. So a lot of lefties in the lineup.
I think it's Seston too.
6 lefties in the lineup. So
Yeah, I think I have like 6 lefties in my pen now because of teams like Steve.
yeah. I think again, Steve's just a really smart GM because I personally look at this team and I find it underwhelming compared to some of the other teams we've looked at in the Sapphire, but it's a 90-win team, even with a struggling last sim. So, always dangerous to get to the postseason. We'll see if he can do anything in the postseason. As we just did a review of Baltimore with Somerville this year, and another team that's just struggled to win the big one. So, all right. Any reason to talk about anybody else in this division?
No to Philly. No to Philly. Yes to Montreal.
We'll do a quick look and see who performed, if anybody.
Look at this guy. This guy is a classic Philly man. Look at that micromanagement when he's forcing everybody into their roles.
I asked about him this guy at the trade deadline, Steve Kuznicki. He looks like, bars-wise, looks like the best pitcher in the TBL. Relief-wise.
Yeah, I tried to get him too.
Did you?
Course.
Yeah. I forget what he said. He said something to me like, "I hate everybody in your system, but am I seeing something or am I missing something?" And I was too.
No, you're right.
I was too tired.
There's no way you should
wasn't
trade
wrong.
this guy right now.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to tell you.
He's sexy, but when he trades him, he'll be worth a lot.
You trade him. He's again. Where are you in the standings? You're 75 and 87.
Nope.
Like should be.
Not yeah, but you robbed him last time on a trade, where you gave him a 3rd rounder for somebody similar to this guy Kuznicki, and yeah, we're not doing
He
it.
should trade him to me. He should trade him to someone else.
Yeah. I mean, that's true for every GM. That's a true
Yeah.
statement for every GM.
I'm just trying to make sure that we don't trade people to see these subliminal messages just slip in there. You should trade them, man.
Unless you feel like you're ripping Jay off, you're probably losing the trade. So
well, keep your good players. Keep your good players. Why do you have to trade your good players?
Yeah,
Actually,
says the guy who's
I don't know
traded
why
for
I'm
Reyna and Matt
suggesting
Clark, and
yeah.
yeah.
Well, whatever. I pay a premium price for those players.
Yeah. So that guy, I love him.
When you do it,
oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jay.
No, I was just saying when JR makes a trade, it's cool, but other people, it's not as cool.
Well, JR doesn't have 4 championships, so yeah.
Exactly. We're the little engine that could.
Yeah. I feel like there was one point in time where I rooted for your team because you were recovering dynamite. They were terrible for a while, and I was like, oh, good for him. And then success breeds content.
Contempt, yeah.
Yeah,
That's great.
Mike Dunphy, this guy looks pretty good. He's average, but he had a nice season here. Aaron Musgrave had a breakout season in his rookie season after playing 38 games last year. No, I'm sorry. This guy's 29. Ignore me. He was in the minors, though, for a while last year. So
This team falls victim to what is going on in maybe the whole league. Not a ton of horrible teams. And, a couple bounces of the ball one way or the other, injury luck. This team can win 85 games. The team I'm seeing here.
no, yeah, I love the fact that we had one team under 400 win percentage. I mean, if you take away the 11-game losing streak for Vancouver at the end, they're probably a 400 team. So a lot of competition across the league. Even the bad teams can win games. I mean, the Baltimore, his struggles in the end. His last series was against Boston, and he lost 2 or 3.
Yeah.
All right, Montreal. We'll keep moving through these quickly because I said I was hard out at 11, and it's 11:20, and we're still in the first.
All right,
conference.
yes.
Josh has been trying to get this thing in the right direction. He shows up.
I'm
in
gonna take a
challenge,
quick look at his system. Yeah, I'm gonna look at his system here. This guy Markle's a good player.
Yeah. Kind of out of nowhere, honestly. He 5 WAR this season after really being pretty mediocre for the first 4 years of his career. So I don't know. I don't know if that's a flash in the pan or if that's growth.
I'm gonna say it's a flash in the pan. He is a guy who makes a lot of contact. Looks like in the air, but he just got kind of lucky and things fell in.
He's another fragile guy playing 150 games a year. So another example of the shitty tags.
But he can hold his own in the outfield. That's helpful.
Yeah. Makes a lot of contact. That's why that's a great thing to have. Now that the strikeout rate is where it is for the league, somewhere in the 20s.
Yeah, overall this team though, I mean, just look at the categories. He's bottom half in almost everything. He hit a ton of home runs. But outside of that, his defense is on the above average side, average to above average. But there's gaps everywhere here.
They've got another one of those 3 true outcome guys, the Al Lovato, who came from Carolina.
I kind of like Al Lovato.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
I mean, he was bad this year. I don't know. I just kind of liked it. 292 strikeouts. That is fucking impressive.
Yeah. I don't think it's the record though. I think what's his Carlos Ruiz? Not Ruiz. Carlos something. Carlos Ruiz. That's right. Not the Phillies catcher, but
295. Yeah.
Oh, did he tie it? Okay.
No, I think I just said 292, didn't I? I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so 295 is the record, and then Nick Stockett.
He put a 4 WAR that season with 295 strikeouts.
He's got a really funny page, Carlos Ruiz.
Fascinating. Yeah, I don't know. Let's look at the system, like you said, because it's pretty shallow.
Yeah.
I think again, if Josh is listening to this, I am such a proponent of going out in free agency, signing 1-year contracts, and then just being super aggressive at the deadline. Keep pulling in assets for 3 or 4 years, and that system's going to look way different. And then you're finally going to break out of this slump, because Montreal has been a tortured franchise. If we are talking about shitty franchises right now, Montreal has the longest gap in playoff appearances. They have not been there since 2009.
Somerville, great.
Tied with
Mike Davis, MD 2020. Had 46 steals for them this year.
Yeah, I don't think Montreal's even been particularly close to the playoffs in 15 years, 16 years.
Yeah, a couple almost 500 seasons, but
right.
80 and 82 in 2019, and that was the closest they got. So 4th place finish.
Where are they at with market and all that stuff?
Say that again.
Where are they at with market and all the other?
Yeah, they must be struggling at this point. They do have a championship, so I feel like that kind of buoys you for a while. But nope, it's pretty bad. It's kind of like in Boston territory now, or Carolina territory.
The Florida Marlins got a couple championships.
I'm glad they have money in the development.
That's what we say in Somerville.
I'm glad they have money in the development budget, but I would actually encourage Josh also to max this out since you're bad and take a little more out of scouting. If not maxing both.
Well, did he trade anybody money, or is he just high in payroll? The player payroll. Well, that's interesting. He probably traded Jay money.
Yeah.
He traded Jay money. I know what happened.
Not this year.
Guy's tanking his whole franchise to prop Denver up. Whatever. He's in my division. I don't care. Keep doing that. I don't even know if he really made a trade.
Shane Wilson.
The only trade I made with him this year was for the catcher, right? Travis Wilson.
All right.
He went out and was super aggressive a couple years ago to get Shane Wilson, who was, on Hall of Fame pace, and that has bit him in the ass. He had 1 good season in Montreal, and then he's fallen off. He's been average.
I will tell you, there's
$32 million.
I've heard it before. People say that the $30 million is not necessary. for the development budget or spending 30 million.
I would agree with that. I
yeah.
think that you like aiming for the average is fine, and maybe there's a little benefit from going above
Yeah.
that, but it's diminishing returns once you really
The
choose to.
baseline's 10. I mean, my argument is if you're not winning, you know, why not just max out development? Like it's your only chance to kind of
Yeah.
get those diamond in the roughs who, you know, the 15, 20, 25 round picks that might develop. Maybe I'm wrong though, because you know you always get those guys that seem to pop up. So what do I know?
Or you trade $25 million and get a bunch of draft picks,
Yeah,
to Denver.
yeah, that's fair. That might be another approach. Yeah, but not to Denver, to everybody else.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to do a Somerville type trade? You do it with Somerville.
The original.
Steve always says he wants to trade. I don't know if I've actually ever seen him pull the trigger though.
He's got FOMO. He doesn't want to trade anybody.
All right, let's move on to the Griffins and then the Boston Beacons real quick. Although we'll be quick. The Griffins, I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Well, he's been just trying to trade
The
anything
rebuild.
that's not bolted down, right?
For
And
sure.
so the only guys that he could not move were Rosales and Jungchun Wang.
Yeah.
Little Wang.
This guy's still
But
okay.
the others, yeah.
If you can get
But
him,
he's-
if you can ship him retained,
Yeah.
50%. I don't know.
No, even at 50%, I don't think anyone's
Yeah,
going to want
20
him at this
million a
point.
year. Yeah, probably right.
But you got some stuff back from all the other deals, including Reyna and Nick Henson,
Yep.
Eaton.
Yeah, he must have a decent system, eh? What do we got going on? Yeah, it's okay. It's got some top pieces. A lot of them in really, low ball rookie A. So a lot of development to do. But yeah, Kevin's whole focus has kind of been rebuild. He came in and totally dismantled. So no surprise, this team is where it's at right now.
He's looking to get there quick. He drafted Zachary Heel with the second overall pick, number 6 prospect in the league. He's already in Triple A. And then Kevin Vidovich, who graced the cover of that Baseball America, he's already in the TBL.
Spec list anymore, is he? That guy.
Yeah, looks pretty good.
Is it a fair comment to say? I feel like for all of us, I've only been playing Out of the Park since Out of the Park 19. But if you've been playing this game a long time, ratings have changed significantly in the last few versions. Where a 45 to me used to be like on the cusp of being major league ready. Now they come in at like 40 and 45, and it's not always great to be promoting them as fast as you are. Like this guy went from A+, he had 5 innings, he had a 10 WAR or 10 ERA, and then obviously he's right up into AAA. So I don't like that personally.
Yeah, that's aggressive. I don't care who you are. If you come out of college, in my system, you're probably going to start off in A.
Yeah,
if not maybe
get some results
lower
first
than
down
that.
there, right?
Yeah, let me see you carry that up, and
I
then
think
we'll talk later.
Too many GMs are looking at the rating and not the results.
Yeah,
And I'm included in that sometimes.
Yeah, I usually look at the actual ratings of the individual skills, pitches, whatever, because I see guys that have mature and whatever ratings, and their overall is low and their potential is kind of low, and then those are the guys that you give at bats to, innings to, and then next thing you know, they're like 60s and 65s. So if you have the skills individually, sometimes you just are able to survive in a TBL.
Yep. I think Toronto, he's been smart. I think he's got a good chance to turn that team back into a successful franchise. And he's got a lot more to work with than some GMs because this team has had success in the past. They have a decent fan base. Again, just looking at the history, they've got multiple championships. Remember, this used to be New York. This used to be the New York Griffins. Wrong team. And
I'm a couple years too late with this commentary, but I think if I had picked up this team, I would have tried to win now rather than blow it up at that time. I think they had so many good players, and that 2023 season, like they should have made the playoffs and didn't. And then I think that's when
Yeah, Kevin kind of switched directions.
Kevin came in, and admittedly it was a tough budget situation, but they was such a good team.
I agree. They had some superstars on that team, and I'm also the type of GM that just like rides their superstars beyond death. So maybe not the best opinion, but
Yeah, me too. Especially New York's superstars or whoever when they get traded to Somerville.
Yeah.
I got 2 Hall of Famers from them.
They go to the real New York in Somerville. Oh wait, that's
Yeah, exactly. And then they go to Hall of Fame with my hat on.
Yeah. All right, Boston, worst team in the league. Spend 2 seconds on them. JP, I feel like he's been busy because he fucking got fleeced in the Rule 5 draft. I don't know if it was last year or 2 years ago, but he got fleeced. I mean, so many big pieces left his team.
Yeah.
God, I don't even remember them all, but he came into chat and said that he basically missed it or something like that, and at least he owned it.
Yeah, no,
but I felt really bad. He got fucked hard.
It's such a bad feeling.
Yeah.
Carolina when they were in Boston was the worst team ever, right? And they leave and go to Carolina.
Yeah,
and
now Boston is terrible.
Now Boston is the worst team ever.
Candidly, I don't remember when Lehigh Valley was good though.
It's almost like when the real life Boston, they had the Braves and then they had the Red Sox, both just shitty franchises.
Yeah.
You're not going to say anything about that? All right.
We got 4 championships in this decade. It's okay.
I'm just saying. You got to say something to that.
Honestly, I probably wouldn't be as big of a baseball fan as I am if the Red Sox weren't so fucking crippled when I was growing up. If they weren't such a suffering franchise, I probably wouldn't have loved them as much as I did when they started.
Now Roman Anthony's doing steroids, but whatever.
It's okay. That's kind of what we do.
Yeah, no, I can't knock it. Anyway.
Yeah, the Boston Beacons, not much to talk about on this team right now. I don't know what the system looks like. Is he starting to, outside of getting fleeced, he's got a deep system. He's got some guys that are on the upper end of that system. Look, there's a lot of guys in AA and AAA here. So maybe they're on the cusp of being competitive soon. I kind of like their immediate window more than I like the other teams that have missed the playoffs.
Just doing these pods, looking at systems, I always thought that they had a top-notch system, but those guys were in the lower minors. It sounds like some of them got picked off in the Rule 5. So, looking at it now, I mean, it's kind of, he still has some good players here. A lot of.
I would say, but I'm not sold on many of them except for maybe the top guy, Cantana.
I like the catcher Marinelli. He can hit. He doesn't field. I got a guy who Mike Dibble or something. Yeah. These guys are fragile. He doesn't like going to the ballpark. Never mind. his number 39 prospect, Mike Dibble, he was a second overall pick. And
slated for the NBA, maybe.
Easy to be bright, difficult to be wise. That's his personality. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. That's pretty funny. Easy to be bright, difficult to be wise.
He's just a wise ass piece of shit. Look at him. High IQ. There are some unicorn personalities. This is close.
Yeah,
the high IQ,
smart.
but everything else is just bad.
Yeah. All right, we're done with this team and this conference.
Yes.
How are you gentlemen feeling? We've run late. Do you want to keep going?
I don't care what you want to do.
You said
Whatever you want to do.
Stop at 11. It's 30 minutes.
It is what it is, guys. I get sucked in.
Whatever you want to do.
I don't know what to tell you.
I gotta go to work, so.
Yeah. Again, it's up to you. We can try to breeze through it. I don't think. I say this side would go faster, but I don't fucking know.
I don't want to bomb through the fire just because of the time, so it's up to you. But
that's fair. But I also don't think we're going to be holding up the playoffs for a podcast. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just cut it off here and then pick it up some other time. talk about those other teams.
I think the Fire has the best storylines, anyways.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, you know what? I've had some other GMs express interest in talking TBL baseball outside of you two.
Sure.
So if any of those GMs are around tomorrow, pre-playoffs, and you want to drop a Fire Conference review with me, or if you guys are around, I know you said you might be, you might not be. But we'll pick this up tomorrow if anybody's interested, and if not, we'll just hop into the playoffs and move forward. So.
Sounds good.
Yeah, unfortunately, my time management skills are not the best.
Well, we start talking and whatever.
I know. Yep.
I didn't. It went by fast. It was fun. So thank you guys.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening. We will see you tomorrow night with the playoffs.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
All right.